We make no distinction between the jails and our streets. Our people are killed in the streets all the time. A brother by the name of Johnny is killed in the Bronx by the police. A sister by the name of Carmen Rodriguez at Lincoln Hospital by an abortion. We say that it's all the same thing, that it's genocide against third world people, black and Puerto Rican people, and that's why we're charging the city with murder.
Julio, Roldán, los boricuas se vengarán. Julio, Roldán, los boricuas se vengarán. Despierta, boricua, defiende lo tuyo. Despierta, boricua, defiende lo tuyo. Despierta, boricua, defiende lo tuyo.
Let's get into the inner workings and the meaning of this. Let's get into the inner workings and the meaning of a black revolution and why black people have a right to take what's theirs. You can read the platform in the program, and it's a basic program, and it simply says exactly what black people have been crying for 400 years. One, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our own black communities. Two, we want full employment for our people. Three, we want decent housing fit the shelter of human beings. Four, we want an end to the robbery of the black community by the white racist businessmen. Five, we want decent education that teaches us about the true nature of this racist, decadent system. Education that teaches us about our true history and our role in the society and the world today. Six, we want all black brothers to be exempt from military service. Seven, we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. 8, we want all black brothers and sisters held in federal, county, state, city, jails, and prisons to be released because they have not had a fair trial. They've been tried. They've been tried by all white juries who have no understanding of the average reasoning man in the black community. Number 9, this is where Brother Huey is being caught. We just want the courts to make sure we have peers on the jury of people from the black community as defined by their jive constitution, the so-called United States. 10, summary with the major political objective. That is, we want land, bread, housing, clothing, education, and justice. We want peace. Major political objectives, we want a black plebiscite. The UN, the black colonial subjects will participate, dealing with, analyzing, projecting politically upon the racist atrocities that have committed against black people in this nation. So the concept is this, basically. The whole black nation has to be put together as a black army. And we're going to walk on this nation. We're going to walk on this racist power structure. And we're going to say to the whole damn government, stick 'em up, motherfucker. This is a hold-up. We come for what's ours.
This is for La Raza. Yes, for us. And for the world to see. Because today is a day of history for all La Raza. Wherever they are. Throughout Latin America, throughout Mexico, wherever brown people exist. Today is a day of history. And from this day on, La Raza Mexicana shall be history.
Here in the barrios of the United States.
Before, the people were divided very much, especially during the Pachuco days. Chicano would be fighting Chicano. Now I see unity. Like now you can go from one barrio to another, and you're brothers. And this is really beautiful to see people united and fighting for the same cause.
The Brown Berets evolved out of the movement in the Chicano community for social justice. The Brown Berets are a community organization that give new pride to Chicano youth and that educate all the people in the barrios on their social and political rights.
This is time for free your mind and your soul. Yo, half the story has never been told. Ladies, you got to demand what you want, and what we want is respect, right?
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you under arrest? Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest? You place him under arrest. Am I under arrest? Am I? Take your hands off me if I'm not under arrest. If I'm under arrest, I'll come. If I'm not, don't put your hands on me.
Is this the way the racist government works? Don't let a man exercise his constitutional rights?
If my sweater is ripped, you will get...
I'd like to make a statement now with this respect. Statement of the Black Panther Party for self-defense on the Mulford Act now pending before the California legislature. The Black Panther Party for self-defense calls upon the American people in general and the black people in particular to take full note of the racist California legislature, which is now considering legislation aimed at keeping the black people disarmed and powerless at the very same time that racist police agencies throughout the country are intensifying the terror, brutality, murder, and repression of black people.
The boldness of the Panther actions attracted young blacks, many in their teens. Carrying loaded firearms in public was a well-protected legal right in California. But with the emergence of the Black Panthers, state officials introduced legislation to outlaw carrying loaded firearms within city limits.
And the state's attorney have been working with the GIU and everyone else to try to suppress the Young Lords organization who are trying to speak out. You know, we're a poor organization who works for poor people, and we're trying to speak out and let the world know what poor people want.
The reason why we haven't been able to open a daycare center is because the city has found ridiculous violations in the building, such as the floor is too low or the ceiling is too high. And what we're saying is that we're still fighting to open the daycare center, and what we're saying to the city is that I think that they should also look around in some of those apartments where the children will have to stay, you know, where they are getting lead poisoning. And they should find violations in those buildings and not where in a church where we are trying to take care of them.
We can't call this housing, we just call them dumps. You know, roaches live with you, they don't pay no rent, but you do. You know, your children eat lead poison paint. The roof fall on you. And most of the time when you go to the bathroom, you better take an umbrella along with you because you're about to drop in a rainy hangout.
When the Young Lords suddenly exploded and said, we demand respect for Puerto Ricans, we demand equality for Puerto Ricans, we demand to know our own language and our own history, it was like an earthquake within the Puerto Rican community. Not to mention that suddenly the rest of the city woke up and said, what is this?
It's a time for us to say exactly how we're going to respond to the killings of our people. We're not going to sit by and allow more Julios, right, and allow more Carmen Rodriguez abortion deaths. We have to begin to stand up as the people, the Puerto Rican people, and say that's enough. That's enough.
People aren't hip to that yet. They're not really aware of it. They know some shit's going on in this country somewhere. But a lot of people out there don't know where it's at. They think it's the black people doing it. That all those riots are causing my life to be miserable in all areas, you know. And they really haven't focused in on the fact that it's the pigs and their mentors, the people who control the pigs, the power structure, those bald-headed businessmen at the Chamber of Commerce, you see? They're not turned on to that power structure. They just know that life is becoming increasingly miserable for everybody. But when they find out who it is that's causing this trouble, and who it is that's making life miserable, and who it is that's responsible for all their sons being murdered in Vietnam. When they get tuned into that, then they're all going to be just like the Panthers, because this is what we're tuned into. We see what's going on, and it's just a terrible, foul situation. More and more people are turning on to that, you see. So I think that they're going to do the dog right here in Babylon.
No more brothers in jail. Off the pig. The pigs are gonna catch hell. Off the pig. No more brothers in jail. Off the pig. The pigs are gonna catch hell. Off the pig. No more brothers in jail. Off the pig. The pigs are gonna catch hell. Off the pig. No more brothers in jail. Off the pig. The pigs are gonna catch hell. Off the pig. No more brothers in jail. Off the pig. The pigs are gonna catch hell. Off the pig. No more brothers in jail. Off the pig. The pigs are gonna catch hell. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. No more pigs in our community. Off the pig. Revolution has come. Off the pig. Time to pick up the gun. Off the pig. Revolution has come. Off the pig. Time to pick up the gun. Off the pig. Revolution has come. Off the pig. Time to pick up the gun. Off the pig. Revolution has come. Off the pig. Time to pick up the gun. Off the pig. Revolution has come. Off the pig. Time to pick up the gun. Off the pig.
All of North America, before all our brothers on this the bronze continent, we are a nation. We are a union of free pueblos. We are Aztlán.
I ran because I'm afraid of the police. I met a lady about 63 years old, and I told her, I said, move because the police are coming. The lady wanted a seat. So I went to the first house, and I stood at the porch there, and a police officer came and beat her up with a baton on the head, and that lady just went out like a rag. So then I started yelling, so they wouldn't beat no more, because 2 or 3 officers, and sometimes 6 would get a boy, and they were beating him up. And then they would go and get somebody else. And some of them, they would take them away. But that lady, they just left her there.
against the pigs. We're against oppression. Our organization, our peoples, is being raised in the white person's mind as a stereotype. How the hell are we going to grow up and become anything if the white people keep pushing into our minds that we're nothing but a bunch of Frito banditos, okay? We're a bandito, well, a bandito's go to jail, okay? Right, in Norco, the narcotics hospital in Corona, okay, there's almost 80% Chicanos. You know that? You know why? Because the Chicanos are trying to escape from their environment. They aren't satisfied. They can't dig it. They can't live in this environment. We cannot live in this environment. The white people have given it to us, and we cannot survive in it. We either have to go to jail or have to die. We're ready to die to get out of it.
One-third of the Puerto Rican nation lives in the United States. Most have come in search of a better life, but they found instead slums, inadequate education, destruction of their culture, the lowest paying and worst jobs, and constantly rising unemployment. And out of the desire to end these conditions grew the Young Lords Party. In October 1969, right, the Young Lords Party began asking the First Spanish Methodist Church for a space for a free breakfast program.
We came here because you have a big church, because you are Christians, because this church is not open at all during the week, and what we ask you for is for space, that's all.
It's just incredible to us how such a simple thing like granting a space has resulted in so many heads being busted and so much trouble in East Harlem. And our only understanding of that has to be that religion, you know, organized religion has so enslaved our people, has so destroyed their minds.
We make no distinction between the jails and our streets. Our people are killed in the streets all the time. A brother by the name of Johnny is killed in the Bronx by the police. A sister by the name of Carmen Rodriguez at Lincoln Hospital by an abortion. We say that it's all the same thing, that it's genocide against third world people, black and Puerto Rican people, and that's why we're charging the city with murder.
Julio, Roldán, los boricuas se vengarán. Julio, Roldán, los boricuas se vengarán. Despierta, boricua, defiende lo tuyo. Despierta, boricua, defiende lo tuyo. Despierta, boricua, defiende lo tuyo.
Paganism, just another form of mental prison. 400 years of oppression, brothers, sisters, listen. Moses' vision that we would never see our land again. And we were serving a land we ain't never been. Serving our enemies, hating our own seed. Brothers warped across their back until their backs bleed. Castrated and hated, we done served with rigor. We been called by words like spicks and niggas. Lost 12 tribes of Israel, scattered across the sea. In the belly of them ships we sail, so much misery. We were rebellious, stiff-necked, hard-headed, no respect. Brother Moses Moses told us this would be. We were simple, childish, foolish, lacking knowledge. Now we serve our enemies. We must be lost 12 tribes of Israel, scattered across the sea. In the belly of them ships we sail. So much misery. Now that the curse is lifted, we can finally see the light. We praise the Most High, we can finally get it right. We keep the Holy Sabbath, we breaking no commandment. We standing on the corner, letting these other nations have it. I know the truth hurt, but see the truth word, fulfilling prophecy, yeah, to the Jew first. Everybody ain't gon' get it, so that truth heard, breaking down all lies and religion first. See, I thirst prophecy, and yo, I fit the curse. Look at the news, is real, man, it's getting worse. Jacob trouble is real, head hard as steel. Broad is the way that leads you off to hell, yeah. Lost 12 tribes of Israel, scattered across the sea. In the belly of them ships we sail. So much misery. We were rebellious, stiff-necked, hard-headed, no respect. Brother Moses told us this would be. We were simple, childish, foolish, lacking knowledge. Now we serve our enemies. We must be lost 12 tribes of Israel, scattered across the sea.